call this meeting of the County Commissioners to order. Please join us for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good to see everybody today. Before we begin our regular agenda here, I'd like to make a mention that Fayette County suffered a loss in its management structure yesterday morning. One of our county council members passed away unexpectedly. Vivian Heimlich, a council member from District 1, passed away yesterday morning unexpectedly. None of us were prepared for that. We certainly extend our sympathy and concern to her husband Ralph and their family and friends. And we just don't, we don't know why things like this happen, but they do. And sometimes it hits pretty close to home. So we extend our sympathies to all the Heimlich family. And we have no idea right now what any kind of funeral arrangements are pending. Do you know anything, Jane, about that? Okay, we haven't received any word about arrangements yet, but I'm sure within the next 24, 48 hours we'll know something about that. So I just wanted to make mention of that. We'll move along to the minutes of our last meeting. Does anyone have any additions or corrections to the minutes from the last meeting?
No. I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Tracy, second by Dale to approve the minutes of our previous meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. Okay. I hadn't even had a chance here to mark my agenda. Emergency management, Wade Walling, do you have anything for us today?
I just got a brief update, not requesting anything today. So I just want to let you all know that I did order the 10 panic buttons and they're in. Right now they're sitting at Michael's desk. As soon as he gets them programmed, we'll get them distributed to where they need to go so the ladies that needed them will have them. On Saturday, May 13th, I worked 16 hours as the incident command radios guy for the celebration in the Ville. It was a great turnout. There was probably anywhere estimated between 5,000 to 6,500 people who came through there, along with several vendors. But everything went well, no real issues at all. Only one minor arrest, and that was just somebody probably had a little bit too much and showing themselves, but it didn't hamper anything. And then I'm also working on incident command communications for the 4th of July celebration, fireworks, and the parade, as well as the city's food truck event up north at the airport, and the free fair. Soon I'll start working on the pre-planning for that, for emergency communications and incidents, emergency response towards those events, should we need it. And then the next couple of weeks, I'll be in several meetings dealing with grants. One's a Duke Energy grant. I'm going to talk to them and meet with their grants people to see what all needs to happen to be able to apply for those. And then I'm also going to be in Jay County later next week. I believe it's on Thursday for LADC training. So that's it. Any
Okay.
questions?
Sounds good. You're busy.
Thanks, Wade. Okay, here from the County Extension Office is Heather Caldwell. Heather?
Hello. So just a few quick updates. Yesterday was a really
the most important deadline we have in 4-H, a May 15th deadline. That's when all the youth have to register the animals that they intend to show at the fair. We have over 1,200 animals registered at this time. That includes everything except rabbits and poultry. So numbers are looking really good on our number of animals, and so we're really excited about that. So now that we've got that May 15th deadline past us, now it's just full force working for the fair, getting some trainings done, moving forward with workshops to get things finished up, and just answering lots of questions. So it'll be here before we know it, of course. But we have 2 new hires that I wanted to let themselves introduce themselves to you.
Hi, I'm Naya Frank. I'm the new office manager, and I just graduated from Ball State last weekend. My major was fashion merchandising and marketing, but I wanted to come back home, so I'm excited to be working here.
My name is Grace Williams. I am the summer intern. I was a 10-year 4-H member, and I go to Wilmington College. I study agronomy, and I will graduate in December.
So we're really excited to have more office staff, right? You know, we've been waiting for that for several months, so I'm thrilled. So it is great to have 2 people that have been in 4-H before, know what to expect, know what's going on. I think that's going to be a huge help to us. So that's all I've got. Any questions from?
How does your numbers compare to last year as far as your livestock?
You know, that's a good question, Dale, and I haven't looked at that. I can't remember what the numbers for animals were. I'll look that up though and let you know. That's a good question. Yeah, that's good. Anything else?
Well, we'd like to welcome the new members of the staff down there. We hope this experience turns out to be a pleasant one for you. And I've got high hopes. If it's not, we're going to hold you responsible.
I promise it'll be good.
Well, Heather's the real spark plug there, and I'll tell you, she'll never steer you in the wrong direction. She's really good at what she does, and she always sets a good example.
Thank you. Great. Thanks, guys.
Okay,
Stop
good
by
to see
anytime
you
you want
all.
to say hi. Oh, and thank you for the new desks, the approval of the desk, by the way. Everything's put together as well down there, so come on and take a look.
All right.
Looks good.
Okay.
Thank you, Dale.
Highway Department. Jay, do you have anything to report today?
Well, I can tell you what I found out about what some of the other counties are doing on the jobs, license and all that. I went up and talked to Wayne County, and they said they are paying for the test, and they're paying them while they're working, but they're paying a reduced rate when they during their work, build money back up to pay for the test, and they're supposed to stay for 2 years. They sign an intent paper to stay for 2 years, and if they stay for the 2 years, then they get that money back. And if they leave, that money goes toward what they paid for the test. What they said they're doing up there, because they require everybody to have Class A up there too. And I talked to, who it was I talked to for IMI, and they said they're doing basically the same thing. But they're making them pay so much in a pay period instead of giving them reduced pay. Then if they make it to their 2 years, then they give it back to them if they're staying. If they leave, they don't get it.
Okay.
I checked with Jaleesa about the grant, and she said that the grant is, the person himself can put in for the grant to pay for school, but that's only good if there's money in there. It's because they already emptied the coffers out for that already this year. She said there wasn't nothing left in there to file for right now. They have to wait till it fills it back up. So that means you got to be right there. You got to wait until they get a spot where they can pay for it before you can even go.
You're a CDL holder, aren't you? Are you A or B?
A.
You gonna try to put you to work at the highway?
Yeah, would you? Yeah, you want to work the highway? Well, we don't have a policy on this right now.
No, we don't.
If we were going to try a program like that, I guess we would have to put together policy.
You'd have to draw up a letter of intent for them to stay for 2 years and, you know, like you say, write out a policy how it's gonna work.
Yeah. Possibly even contract language.
Yeah. I don't know if that'd interfere with the contract or not, being new people coming in.
Well, they're not technically a part of the union before they hire on, but the
Yeah.
second they are, they are. So I would probably want to get the union's approval. My guess is they probably wouldn't want to argue this too much.
No, I wouldn't think so.
We could do some type of addendum to the contract. Even a letter of understanding would be probably sufficient.
Okay, so this is the way things are right now, this is hampering your ability to
Yeah, because
hire.
probably 95% of people coming in are Class B. And the ones I've talked to, they don't want to spend the money to get it. Plus, it takes 5 weeks to get it. You got to miss work for 5 weeks to get it. And who going to a new job can afford to miss work and plus pay out $5,000 for school? I can understand their problem.
That's for going from Class B to Class A is still the same.
Yep, still the same. You'd think it'd be a little cheaper, but it's not.
No.
How many positions do we have to have?
Right now, I'm one short right now, and then I'll be another one short at the end of the month. That'll be 2.
Okay. Do all our positions require Class A?
Yeah, we require everybody to have them. That way, if you need somebody to pull a trailer and you've got somebody standing there, you can use them to pull. You don't have to go pull somebody off another job to go move something. And Wayne County's doing the same thing. They said that's the reason they require them all to have it. Because if they need somebody, they can just grab whoever they want and do it. They're not unionized up there, but as long as you're doing the job in the truck through the day, they can't say nothing.
Yeah.
Did our mechanic get his yet?
He's the first one's got to get it. So we'll actually have 3 people going after it.
So we need 3.
Whoever comes in, unless somebody comes along with Class A.
Well, what do you want to try?
We've got something similar at the unit for going to paramedics. We might be able to get a copy of that contract and reword it to work with him. But I think they hold it for 3 or 4 years, I think it is, that they have to stay employed with us or pay it back.
Did you get a copy of that one Wayne County's got?
I can try to get one.
Okay. Well, I was
I'll have to
thinking
go back up and
just-
talk to them again.
maybe they just email it and we can let Jeff look over it, and if it's for a highway department, it's probably pretty similar.
Well, if you could, Jay, get us something to look at
Okay.
and see if their template, would work for us. If not, we could,
Create something, but
create something. Myself, I wouldn't want to try to do it from scratch because I would foul something up for sure.
Yeah.
But we'll probably need to include the union representative in this also. And if we're going to set up a program like this, I'd like to get it right the first time.
Yeah, you don't have to go back and do it again.
Right.
I'll see what I can get a hold of up there from them. I'll go up there tomorrow and check with them.
and just make sure they know that it's not going to impact anybody that's already hired on. This is only be for new hires. I can see them getting a little upset about that, but if this is only going to impact new hires or new people getting the Class A, right?
Right. Now, these Class A's have to be renewed every so often?
Every 4 years.
4 years.
And you have to have a physical, depending on your health, either every year or every 2 years.
Does the city pay for that physical?
We don't have it at the unit. I
We pay
pay
for it.
for mine.
Okay.
We pay for the physical down there.
What's the update? To get it renewed, the CDL, what's that cost?
Normal license, I don't, 25,
I thought it was 65.
60.
And then
I don't know.
You also pay that out of pocket?
Okay, so it's not another $5,000?
No.
No. Once you get it, it's good, as long as you keep it up to date and keep your physical up to date.
Physical runs anywhere from $100 to $200,
Yeah,
depending on where you
depends on where you
go.
go.
And
And
did you,
some insurance will pay for it.
Well, they've got it in their contract, we do pay for the physical.
did you say we have 2 guys that need it right now that are
We've
working?
got, well, mechanic needs it right now, and then I've got an open spot, but I haven't got
Okay.
anybody in it yet. But, yeah, and then there'll be another one at the end of the month. So we'll have 3 to start with.
Right.
And right now, they have to pay for it.
If they're gonna take it, they have to pay for it, yeah.
Okay. And our proposal would be, we'd pay for it, but then you make a certain year commitment to us.
Yeah.
I don't think the union will get too.
But then there's a, that first 2 years, is there a reduction in
So
salary?
one of them did a reduction in pay until they got past their first 2 years. And then IMI said they had a requirement to pay so much a pay period. But then if they made it past their time and stayed, they got it back.
Okay.
So not really costing them nothing, they just making sure they stay.
Do you know if there's anything that fits the description of the industry standard for things like this? Or is there any such thing as a standard?
I don't think there is a standard being as new the way it is.
Okay.
I can check with Rush County, I don't know if they're doing it or not. I haven't got over there, but I'll get over there and ask them.
Well, if you can find something for us to look at and compare, we'll try to put something together. And Jeff, we'll have to have you to keep us out of trouble on it,
Certainly.
okay?
I'll
And
go
that would
through.
probably help with
go-
your new hires too. I mean,
Yeah.
that would help people to want to go ahead and commit to working if they knew that too.
You know, somebody can come in and start over from scratch if he wants to. If he's got the hankering to try it. I mean, it's working outside, it's not a bad job. It beats the heck out of a factory.
Yeah? Okay, we'll see what you can come up with on that.
Okay, I'll give you a call when I get it.
Sounds good.
Anybody have anything else for Jay? Okay, thanks, Jay.
Okay.
Did the sheriff leave?
Yeah, I think he had an important phone call today.
Okay. County Surveyor Bill Mackey, do you have anything to say? Okay.
Did I say something to you about the bridge out there?
Yes,
on
I
800?
looked at it. I've done the watershed and stuff, and I see what, if I get it done this summer or not, I don't know, I got other things that are just as important or more so, so I don't know if it'll fit in the budget. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Does the county attorney have anything?
I do not.
Okay. EDG Director Dan Parker. Dan, do you have anything to report today?
Just a little update for the commissioners. You'll recall that we have been busy on this extension of the last phase of the COVID relief, for lack of a better term, that the commissioners authorized EDG to go forward with gathering applications. We had 26 businesses that the grading committee met last week and assigned money to each of those. So we have exhausted the complete $243,750 of the $250. There's a portion of that money that goes to the grant writer. I think the county has some match in there for the grant writers as well. So just to bring you up to speed, that we've done all of our part, and we've sent that on to the grant writer well before the due date. So as far as I know, I think we've received some notification that it's fully funded. We should be able to distribute that money as soon as they release it to the county. Any questions for me?
We just got the official notification on that this morning.
Right.
Okay, that's good news.
That is good news.
And you said, was it 26 businesses?
26 individual businesses.
That's good.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay, thanks, Dan.
She's hiding behind the podium.
Oh, I couldn't see her. County Clerk Don Hughes, I couldn't see you back there behind that podium, so
It's okay.
come on up.
I have the Orange Township Board, we added another person to it, Angela May. I swore her in on April 17th, so we're fully stocked there. And then it's past the 30 days that the Democratic Party's been aware of the death of Carla Abercrombie. I know it's a lot farther, but this way we've sent the legal forms that wasn't sent back in December that states that that position needs to be filled. So we're past the 30 days of them filling it. So now it's up to you all to fill it. I do have a recommendation for one person that has had some interest, and I did give her your guys' information to contact. I don't know if she did or not. It was Anna Dungan. Because we need to get that position filled due to with Vivian's passing away too as well, because we'll have to have a caucus with that. So then we'll need that same district, because I think Vivian was in that same district if I'm not mistaken. So Anna's, I just reached out to Anna because I wasn't prepared to come down here. I was dealing with another issue upstairs. Anna said you're more welcome to contact her, and I have her information if she hasn't gotten a hold of you guys. I did give her to your guys, so I don't know if she did or not. But she said she's interested in the position for township trustee out in Posey Township. I don't know if you guys know Anna. She used to work for the foundation. Wonderful lady, hard worker. So that was her.
She has contacted, I know me, talked to you, you talked to her, Tracy? She told us that she was interested in filling the position.
Okay.
And if I remember right, I think this thing with the township trustee in Posey has passed 2 deadlines. So it lands here with us.
Yep.
Okay. Is there any kind of, there has to be something we would need to sign and have on record in your office?
Yes. And I have that upstairs. I've actually been on the phone with Brad King, who's the attorney with the state election division, about what exactly needs to do. And I was on the phone with him earlier today, but I had to get off because I had an emergency out in my office. So I haven't got a chance to call him back yet. So I can get that paperwork and get it to you guys, but I don't have it with me right now.
Okay. So I guess the best we could do would be to agree on making an appointment, but before anything can be legally official, we gotta have your paperwork.
Since, for example, in the case of an independent, I'm trying to read my election manual or Bible, whatever they gave me, and it says something about county commissioners or county councilmen with the circuit clerk shall forward the notice to the auditor. I'm just trying to read everything that they gave me on it. But I know it was something that was just new. But I think you can vote on her as it, and then I can get the paperwork to you guys, because she'll have to be sworn in as well. So I think you guys can go ahead and vote on it, and then I can get the paperwork. I don't know if there is any paperwork that you fill out, but I think it's just if it's in the vote with the city or with the county meeting.
Okay. Well, this would have to be properly recorded somewhere.
Right. And I don't know, like I said, I was on the phone with Brad on another issue, and then I had to leave that earlier today.
Okay.
So we can go ahead and make a motion to approve her for the position. I'll move that we accept Anna Dungan, Township Trustee for Posey Township.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to give Commissioner approval to the appointment of Anna Dungan to finish the unexpired term Township Trustee in Posey Township. That's the unexpired term of Carla Abercrombie, right?
Correct.
Is that all you need to do, you think, for the record? Okay. Anything else?
When will that term end, you know? How long is this for?
Till the end of 2026. So same as if because Carla ran for the 2023 election, so it'd be that same term, so it'd be until 2026.
All right.
Now, wait a minute.
Theirs is every 4 years as well. Because Carla was in that election, and she passed away right after the election.
Okay, that was the election of what year?
2022. Sorry, 2022. So her term would have started 2023.
Okay,
2023 to 2026.
okay. That
That makes more sense, right?
yeah.
I forgot what year we're in. We're in 2023, right?
Is there any further question? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. So anything that we need to sign on this?
I will get to you right away.
Be
I'll
sure
go
to
up there
get
and call
to it.
Brad now.
Okay,
And that's it for me. Do you have any questions for today?
I guess not.
You guess not?
Okay,
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank
okay,
you.
thank you. Okay, anybody have any mail we want to share? Under old business, we still have the jail air handling units on our agenda under old business. Now, I did talk to our contact, Kevin Whitesell at North Mechanical Monday of last week. And he said their team was working on putting the Gordian, I guess the Gordian quote together. And it's 1,000 different pieces of stuff has to go into that. He said they were working on it, and he said normally it's about a 6-week process. So they are working on this. So we'll hear from them when they're ready, I guess.
Now, when will the money that we're using for this, when does that have to be spent by?
I think it was December
I think
2026. wasn't it?
Jan and I talked about that the other day. Was it 2027?
2026.
2026.
December 2026.
Okay. 2026.
So what happens if this gets drug out past that?
Well, we don't want to do that.
I know, but I'm at the what if.
Yeah. Well, if that would happen, you'd have to, the money would go back.
Yeah, so
We have $450,000 of ARPA funds appropriated to this job. We know it'll take more than that to do the whole job, but we just don't know yet how much more.
I guess we'll have to make sure that our conversations with Gordian and North would be that they understand that
I think
money deadline too.
I think we made that clear when we met with them, if I recall.
Yeah, we'll say it again.
Well, we'll say it again, yeah. We possibly by our next meeting we may or something,
Yeah.
we don't know. But they are working on it, is what Kevin told me last week.
Sounds good. The funds have to be obligated by the end of calendar year 2024. But then you've got till 2026 to spend them.
Okay.
That extra couple of years is a work in progress.
All right. Well, don't let us mess up.
Or Jeff has to bail us out.
Yeah, that's what. Anybody have anything else under old business? Okay, how about new business? Anything? I got a question for you under new business, and Joe, Lisa, and I have talked about this a little bit. Have you read any of this email stuff we get from the federal DO's Department of Transportation, I think it is, about these the Safe Roads and Street grant that's open now. I think there's a July deadline for applying for that sort of thing. There's a provision in there that would give us an opportunity to get a grant for an action plan. And if you don't have you got to have an action plan to qualify for any of the, grants that they're giving away. And this J would be for dangerous roads and streets that need a major overhaul to make them safer. Like, in our case, might eliminate some of these real sharp hills that you can't see over and that sort of thing. And we've got some places that could use that kind of work, So I've talked to Joe Lisa about it, and then it's kind of got lost in conversation. If we authorize her today to apply for a grant, so we could put together an action plan that would at least qualify us for funds down the road, if she can fit that into her schedule. Well, what do you think about that?
The grant, I think we should go after it.
Yeah. We need it.
I'll move a motion that we give her the authority to work on the DOT grant.
I'll second that.
Okay. We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to authorize our grant administrator to apply for Safe Roads and Streets grant application for a action plan. Through the Federal Department of Transportation. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. And we'll see if we can get this worked out with Joe Lisa and get started on that. It may be years down the road before we actually saw anything, but you got to start somewhere. Also, really this should be under old business. Of course, you know that Joe Lisa has sent out a request for bids on the LAIR grant, and she's got one response back with a price, and another responded that it was just too far for them to come down here to fool with it. So I think 22nd of this month is the deadline. So at our next meeting, we'll be able to award someone a contract to do the sediment removal plan.
That's good.
So that's going pretty good. Anything else?
Sediment removal, that was is that a 2-year plan?
We have to get we can only get the sediment removal plan developed and put in place this year, and then next year we can apply for another grant to actually do the work. But without the plan, there again, you're not going to get anything. And they're helping us with the plan.
So it ought to be everything's checked off. It needs to be, it'll be good.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I have. Is there any patron concerns? Dick Robertson, you got anything?
I don't have anything.
Well, okay. All it leaves is claims and payroll.
I have one thing too. I wanted to say thank you formally to Sparks Flower Shop that donated some plants and flowers for the front of the courthouse.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, looks really nice.
Yeah, they do look nice. Have the guys keep them up now. Anything else?
Move to approve claims and payroll.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve claims and payroll. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, James. Anybody got anything else?
Have you heard any more on the damage on the recorder's office?
The insurance adjuster called me just this morning and to reassure us that we are covered on the water damage. The only thing that they, in our policy that does not cover is nesting and infestations. So any expense, which was very minimal, to fix that drain pipe up in the tower will not be covered, but all the water damage is covered. I guess for the benefit of those that will listen to this, there's no way of knowing how many people will be affected or inconvenienced, but on a recent Sunday morning, we had some water that got into the clock tower from a rain that came into the judge's office and went on through the floor on down into the recorder's office. And it was all due to a eaves trough drain pipe that got plugged up by a nesting pigeon. And Well, it could have been a lot worse, but we've got to get things dried out. So we've currently got the recorder's office is doing business out of the prosecutor's conference room on a temporary basis. As soon as we get, everything cleaned up and dried out, we'll be back to the regular location. The judge just had to move to another room there in those quarters, but we don't know yet what all it's going to cost. But we've got the dehydration equipment running right now, and we'll just have to wait and see. We've got a $5,000 deductible, so we know it's going to cost us $5,000, and it looks like the insurance will take care of the rest of it. You've been and looked at it yet?
Yeah, we've been there a little while ago.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Since I thanked the Clarks, I also should thank the garden club, I think, also planted flowers in our pots out front.
Yep, Fayette
So we
County
did
Garden
make sure.
Club comes every spring and does that.
Yeah.
And
so-
thanks to them, yeah. Are we forgetting anything? Are you sure?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, if there's nothing else,
Move to adjourn.
Second that.
we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to adjourn. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you all very much.